Hello everyone. Hey everyone. This is Symbiote Soldier 3 and welcome to my review of Pokemon Yellow. So, first off, since this is the first video I'm making after Christmas, how was your Christmas? I know I should probably just get right to the review, but I think it's perfectly fine if I have a perfectly normal conversation with my viewers, even if they don't really have any input. Shut up. But, anyway, as I was saying, how was your guys' Christmas? I got a couple games. Snowbly, I got a Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which I'd say an hour or two before I started recording this, I actually got the entire roster, excluding Piranha Plant, because I just think he's dumb, to be honest. He got in and Waluigi didn't. Which is actually a sad day since Waluigi is one of my favorite Mario characters. But also, I got Let's Go Pikachu, I got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I got Yoshi's Poochie in Yoshi's Woolly World. Which is a lot better than I thought. I remember Yoshi's Woolly World being a good game, but not great. It's now one of my favorites now that I'm getting a chance to replay it. Well, I know I'm curious, let's play, but besides that, let's just now that I'm done rambling on about how the holidays so far have been for me, whole 2 minutes, let's actually talk about the game. Sorry, it's just something that I wanted to talk about. So, let's get to talking about the game. So, starting off, the story of Pokemon Yellow. It's something. Story basically boils down to evil people are doing bad stuff. You get Pokemon, beat up evil people. There's also this guy being a jerk who along the way beat him up, and that's your grand story. And I know that this is a Game Boy game. It's not going to have much in terms of story, but the first generation of Pokemon just hasn't aged well whatsoever. I'm sorry. It can be entertaining. But now we have the Let's Go games, so even though they have practically the same story, at least from what I've seen so far, they just have a lot more to offer. So story gets it a bit down for me, but you may have different views, and that's completely fine. Now let's go over the presentation of this game. And oh boy, the presentation. If you're for some reason blind and watching this, then you will see that the presentation is pretty goddamn horrible. Excuse my French there. But it just, maybe if this was back in YouTube's very early days, like that people were actually making videos of actual substance, like 2008, 2009, maybe 2010, even though that's a bit of a stretch, might be able to say these graphics weren't too bad. Well, not graphics, just presentation. But this game just has absolutely no charming presentation. Look at Yoshi's Woolly World. That game, oh boy, that game is got a lot of charm, a lot of personality. Look, Kirby's Epic Yarn, that has a lot of personality. But these old games, for the most part, they just don't look good whatsoever. And I know that this is made back in the 90s, but even back then there were games that looked better. That look better for the time and still look good today. Look at the Banjo games. Those look really good in my opinion. Star Fox 64, while not the most pleasing game when it comes to looks, it's not horrible. There are just so many games that could be so much better if they were just saved to be made later. Because the presentation leaves a lot to be desired in my opinion. Now let's go over the gameplay. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. The gameplay for the most part, solid. It's solid for the most part. Typical, simple, turn-based RPG. However, it's not so great because of one specific type of Pokemon that if you have, you basically have no other reason to use your other Pokemon than for a challenge. And that, my friends, is the Psychic type. The Psychic type's only weakness back then, because there was a glitch where Ghost just didn't affect Psychic for some reason. Despite the anime still stating that Ghost was super effective, but let's not get into the show, since this is a review of the game. Ah crap, sorry. Probably gonna get this video taken down for that, but let's hope that I don't. But anyway, back to that. Once you have a Psychic type, or if you have a Psychic type, there is no challenge. The only type Bug's best move was Pin Missile, which is horrible. Even then, like, it was just broken, so it's solid for the most part, but just one element of it, well, not even an element, just one thing in it just absolutely destroys it. Makes it like, God, how did they have a bunch of chimpanzees program this game? But let's move on to one defining characteristic, and that would have to be the characters. If you can't tell, this is my first negative review, and all the characters are bland or have no personality whatsoever. Allow me to go over them. Professor Oak is the only example from this in my opinion, and you do have a silent protagonist, so they have to be excluded. Blue / your rival. His personality is jerk. Brock, no personality in the games. Misty, no personality in the games. Lieutenant Zurg has a cool backstory, but besides that, he's still just bland. Erica's bland and uninteresting. Koga's a ninja, so he gets a pass for me, personally. Ninjas are awesome. Sabrina, no personality within the games. Blaine, once again, has a bit of is kind of interesting, but we don't really directly see that. Giovanni, kind of somewhat interesting because he's also the leader of an evil team, but I'm not the biggest fan of him. Now moving on to the Elite Four. Lorelai, no personality. Bruno, no personality. Exa, I like how she has a bit of a history with Professor Oak, my favorite character in the game, but still she's bland besides that. And finally Lance, I like how he's the champion in the second game, but once again, besides that, he's bland. you can chalk up all these flaws to this is about no, this is even worse than the Sonic Adventure games when it comes to aging, making it so flawed. Like, it's just this game would be passable in my opinion, and still enjoyable to this day if we didn't have the Let's Go games. Now that we have the Let's Go games, unless you don't have a Switch or a GBA to play Fire Emblem or Leaf Green, I don't recommend you play any of the originals. They're just, they've aged horribly. Even then, most of the Pokemon are just blandly designed, which is something I didn't go over in the review, mind you, but I do not recommend. If you want to, yeah, what am I trying to say? If you want to play it for nostalgia's sake, it's very cheap on the eShop, so even if you do want to just have a laugh at a game that, even if you just want to break it with the amount of glitches you can do, just have a fun time doing that. It's very cheap on the eShop, so you're not gonna lose anything by playing these games, but you're not really gonna gain a great experience anymore. In my opinion, of course. But if you think differently, that's fine, and you can even comment below how you like the originals. And if you have a problem with my critiques, go ahead. Criticize me on any problems you have with my review. I'm completely open to criticism. Since this is my first negative review, I thought I should specifically point that out. But anyway, next time, we will finally be making another countdown. And this one is Smash Bros. Based. Now they have... No, I'm still experimenting for Main and Ultimate, so instead of doing my top 10 favorite characters, next time, we're going to go over my top 10 favorite Super Smash Bros. Stages. Anyway, this has been the Symbiote Soldier 3. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.